Okay, welcome to next video. We are going to add assignment 3, and this assignment is when we will be making use of restrictions. So you click add an activity or resource. We are going to add a lesson. So you click on lesson. You click on add. Then this one is lesson 3. You can leave the illustration. You click on save and display. Ask you to what do you like to do first. Add a content page. The page title is subtraction of fractions. The page content is media. You click on media. You click on video. You have video source URL. You can choose which you already have. If you don't have it, you just click on browse repositories. You click on choose file. Then you select the video from your laptop and you upload this file. After uploading it, you click on insert media. After you click on uploading, it has finished uploading. You click on insert media. After clicking insert media, you scroll down. The description is next. Just type next. Then the jump is end of lesson. Then you click on save page. So you have subtraction of fractions. That's it. That is. Although the video I put a sequence and see this by just an example. So you just go to your testing course. So let's go back to the lesson 3. 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 Okay, sorry, I turned everything off by accident. Let's go back to the lesson 3. We made a mistake. Let's click on edit settings. Now lesson 3. Now the restrict access. Yes, restrict access. Now we don't want the students who failed the assignment for lesson 1 and lesson 2, that's the addition of subtraction, to proceed to subtraction of fractions. That's the lesson 3. We don't want the students who failed the addition of subtraction to proceed to lesson 3, which is subtraction. The student is to get the addition of subtraction well first and pass the assignment before he proceeds to lesson 3, which is subtraction of fractions. So you come to restrict access. Let's work. You come to restrict access. Okay, so you go to restrict access. Now you click add restriction. Now we don't want the students to go to lesson 3, which is multiplication of subtraction of fractions, because he has not passed the assignment for addition of fractions, which means we want him to get addition of fractions very well. We want him to understand it very well before he proceeds to the next one. So we add a restriction. So the restriction, you click on grade. Is grade we want to use. So we choose assignment 1. We choose assignment 1. That the student must The grade for assignment 1 must be greater or equal to 60%. The grade for assignment 1 of that student should be equal to 60% before he can access lesson 3. So after you've done it, we click on save and display. So let's go to our course. So see, restricted, not a verb unless you achieve a required score in assignments 1. So the student will not be able to access lesson 2 unless he pass assignment 1. He gets 60% in assignment 1. Okay. So the next one, what we are going to do is to add a quiz. To add a quiz is also simple. You just click on add an activity or resource. You scroll down and you see quiz and you add. So the quiz means you can add the quiz after all the lessons in the fraction, or how you think quiz should come in, you can add it. So the name is, you can call it the final test. You can leave the question, then you can add restriction to it. In fact, you can add the restrict access. The restrict access is person activity completion. Let's say activity completion. So must finish lesson 3. You understand? A student who just came in can jump and go and do the quiz. But if you want only student who has finished lesson 3 to participate in the quiz, you just choose activity completion, that you should finish lesson 3 before you'll be able to access the quiz. You can customize it based on your own. If you have 20 lessons, you decide where you want to add the quiz, where you want to add assignment. You can add multiple assignments. And if lesson 1 after lesson 1, you can add assignment. Lesson 2 after lesson, you can add assignment. It depends on you. This is just an example to follow. So after it, you click on save and display. Now edit quiz. No questions have been added yet, so you edit quiz. So the maximum grade is 100. You click on save. Then to add shuffle, you click on shuffle. The shuffle will be shuffling the questions. If a student 1 get question 1, what is a noun? Student 2, when he logs in at the same time, question 1, he will be get what is a proverb. They will not get the same thing, the same questions. Even if it is what is a noun, their answers, the options will also differ. If this person's answer is A, the answer will be D for the other person, but it's the same question. So to add questions, you click on add a new question. If you have already uploaded questions to your question bank, as I said earlier, you can pick it from a question bank. But if you have not, you can click on add a new question. The question can be calculated multi choice, can be drag and drop into text. They can drag and drop into image. It can be embedded answer. It can be essay. It can be matching. It can be multiple choice. It can be random short answers. You can select missing words. It can be short answer. It can be true or false. So we are going to, the first example we are going to use multiple choice, true or false. Short answer and essay are very simple. drag and drop is very simple. When you get to know the true or false and the multiple choice, the other ones will be very easy for you. You can play around on your own. So let's add a multiple choice. That's the most common of the quiz. You click on add. The next page will ask you question is question 1. Q1. Then this is the question text. This is the question text. So you type what is fraction? What is fraction? What is fraction? The default mark for this question, if the person gets it correct, how many marks are you giving him? Is it 2? Is it 1? General feedback, you can leave with 1 answer only. You can choose multiple answers. Let's say there are some type of questions. The answers differ. With that one, you can choose multiple answers. Then I'll show you how to do it here. But let's say we are using just one answer. Then the shuffle the choices, the number that you can use A, B, number 1 A, number 2 B, or small letter or I. So we are choosing A, B, C. So the choice 1 is the answer 1. So let's say the answer for what is the fraction is 1. This is the answer 1. Then the grade, you will choose 100%. So if the person select 1, he will be marked 100. That's the correct answer. Now choice 2 is, let's say you put you write okay, so choice 2, let's say the answer you selected is 2 and 2 is wrong, so the grade is none. You not choose any 100. Choice 3, you say the answer is 4, and maybe here you think that's the explanation of this one, the one answer only, multiple answers, or by only one answer only, you think that 4 is close to the answer, or is, you did well, is very close, so you want to give him some marks. You can choose, let's say 30%. You can choose 30%, or let's say 20%. 20%. So in this case, if somebody choose answer choice 1A, which is 1, that's the answer, is going to get all the 2 marks, 100%. If somebody chooses option 2, choice 2, which answer is 2, is not getting anything, is 0. If somebody choose the third question, which is 4, is close, depending on your discretion, how your test is, I don't know, but I'm choosing an example. You can decide to give the person 20 of the 2% of the 2 marks, which is 0.2 marks. You can choose to give 50%. That means instead of the person getting the full 2 marks, the person will get only 1 mark for it. Then the choice 4, let's say the choice 4 is 6, and you think that the 6, the question is so cheap that the person is supposed to know that 6 is not an answer. You can punish the person by the grade choosing a minus. So you can choose minus 20%. So instead of the person getting 1 mark or 2 marks, you subtract 20% of the 2 marks, which is minus 0.2, from his total marks he has already gotten in previous questions. Maybe if it is 10 questions, he has scored maybe 2. He has answered 2, he has gotten maybe 4 marks. And he chooses 6 as answer for this course, you punish him for choosing this 6. You deduct minus 2, minus 20%. It will be deducted from the course he has already scores he has already scored. There you get me. So it's not compulsory you do this. You can put it to none, 0. You can put this one to none, and then only one answer. But you can choose it to, if you think the answers are similar, and that if somebody had this, yes, you should get answer this particular question, you should get 100%. If somebody answered this question, he is close, but you should not give him all the marks. You should give him half. You select the 50. If you think the person, let's say 1 plus 1, and the person selected 50, it means you should minus him. Should give him like minus 200%. If 1 plus 1 is simple 2. But at least maybe you are dealing, it depends on the level you are dealing with. So that's it. So after making your settings, you can add, if it is, you have 5 options. But if it is only 4, it's okay. You click on, you come down and click on save changes. Save changes. So here's question 1, and you can add another question. Add a new question. Add a new question from, we are going to use true or false. We're going to use true or false. So true or false is very simple. Question name is question 2. Then the question is fraction is related to English language. Into English language. Then the first mark is 1. Is it related to English language? Mathematics, so it is true. The correct answer, you select true. Then you click down, you click on save changes. That one is very simple. Just type the question. Then you type the question title, question name, question 2. You type the question test is related to English language, true or false. So the first mark is 1. If the correct answer is true, you select true. You are done. You click save changes. You click save changes. So that's question 1 and that's question 2. Then you go to question 3. Add a new question. Question 3, we are going to use an essay. So you click add. Okay. So I'm going to add question 3, which is multiple choice question. No. You're going to TTS. You're going to turn editing on. Sorry for the distance. Turn editing on. You go to, this is the final test. That's the quiz. It's available unless the lesson 3 is completed. Then if you want to edit it, since we went offline, you can pause, you can log out, come online, continue anytime. So maybe you logged out and you come online and you want to continue it, you just scroll down to the administration. We have the administration here. So first of all, you will click on it, click on final test. That's the preview quiz now. No, you scroll down to administration, edit quiz. Then you add our third question, the new question. We are going to use essay. Add. Then question name is question 3. Then the question text is, okay, write a brief history about fractions. I'm just forming my own questions. I'm just forming my own questions. Default mark, since it's history, we can say 4 marks. So the false responses, yeah, HTML, you just type it. Require the student to enter text. Yes, you can say it's optional. Input box, you can add number of lines the person depending on the answer you are expecting 20. Allow attachment. If you want the person to type and add, you can accept only one required attachment are optional. Either the person will just type it in the HTML editor and submit online, or the person will just add an extra attachment. Okay, so that's it. You just click on save changes. I'm done with that one. Then we're going to add another question, add a new question. That one will be, we're going to use, we have true or false. Okay, we are going to use short answer. We've done true or false, we have done multiple choice, we have done essay, we are going to do short answer. So that's question 4. Question 4. So they say as okay, you can say what is addition of fractions. I'm forming my own questions. Default mark is 1, 2. So since it's short answer, you add simple answers. This for example, let me change the question. Let me change this question. Let's say, let me add a riddle. Going of course. Let me add a riddle. Let's see. Let's see. The question is like, I am tall when I am young and short when I am old. You can see maybe what am I? What am I? That's I'm tall when I'm young and short when I'm old. What am I? So the answer is candle. So you are expecting the student to provide a short answer, candle. So the answer 1, you can type candle like this. Grade is 100%. You can also choose small letters, candle. But still my type in small letters is supposed to start with a capital letter, but it's wrote small letters. So you can choose to manual him 10 marks and give him 90. If somebody types candle in this way, if somebody also type in blocks letters candle, you decide whether you give the person all the answers or not. If you want to add more options, you click blanks for 3 more answers. So when you're done, you click save changes. So it means anybody who type any other thing aside the candle will get the marks wrong. Okay, let's continue. So we have, you click on administration. Let's select, I went offline again. Final test. You come to administration, edit quiz. Then you add the question. Here's the question. I'm tall when I'm young and short when I'm old. We are done with that one. So we're going to add question 5. Question 5, we are going to select, we are going to use we are done with true or false. We are done with short answer. We are going to select missing words. We're going to select missing words. So question name is let's say question 5. Question 5. So select missing words. This is how you're going to do. You're going to enter the question name, question 5. Now it's like maybe, I don't know, the course you are teaching them, maybe a definition by somebody, and there are key points in it. You can fish them out. You want them to replace them. You miss them in the question. Then you want them to fill in the missing words. So this is what we are going to. Let's say this question is, what is the name of the first man to win Ballon d'Or? That's the question. So what is, we have missing it, the name of is missing, the first man is missing to win Ballon d'Or is missing. So instead of bringing ace, you bring a placeholder here. So you do it, the first missing word on the keyboard, you use this bracket and put in the first missing word. When you reach the second missing word, you use this bracket, and the 2, the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, you will do it like that. So the max is 2. Then you come back, you come down. So this is the choice 1. The choice 1 is, what is, so the answer is. You type is. Then the choice 2 is in group 1. The choice 2 is the name of. So choice 2 is of. The 3rd is of the first man. So group choice 3 is man. You select it to group 3. Then the 4th is to win Ballon d'Or. Is door. So the 4 is DOR, and that is 4. Then you scroll this one, you click on save changes, click on save changes. Okay, placeholders. So okay, we are going to use, is it 2 brackets? We're going to use 2 brackets. Is it 2 brackets? We need 2 brackets, sorry. We need 2 brackets. We need 2 brackets instead of 1. Is 2 brackets. You see it here as I did here. So save changes. Yeah, it's successful. Now we're going to add another question. A new question. We are going to use. We are done with true or false, short answer, missing word, random short answer matching. Let's go and do that one. Random short answer matching. Let's do that one. Random short answer. Okay, question name. Let's see. Question 6. The random short answer is the same as the short answer. So this this question, okay, you come back to that one because it will depend on another format of question. This question will depend on another question. If you want a explanation, you click on help. If you want to stop at the Bruce like just matching question, the difference is that the list of names or assessment question information from the short answer question, the category. So the answer should be selected from a different question, which we have already set and we've not done that. So we have to go and do that one first before we continue. So we'll go back to edit quiz. Currently we have added 5 questions. Let's add the last question. We have done. Let's go for matching. We are supposed to add matching before we come to random short answer matching. So let's go to matching, add. So the question name is question 6. Question 6. Question 6. Question 6. The question will be match the correct answer. Match the correct answer. So this is what you do. Question 1, you can say P, let's say 1 plus 1 is equal to what? Then the answer is 2. You also go to question 2, then you go to question 2. This is the matching. This is how you do it. The question text will be match the correct answer, or you choose the question text the way you like, you prefer. But first you have to bring the questions here. Question 1, 1 plus 1 is equal to what? The answer is 2. 3 minus 4 is equal to what? Question mark. The answer is -1. Scroll down to question 3. Question 3. 20 plus 4. No. 20 plus 4 is equal to, the question mark is 24. If you want to add more questions, you can click here, blank for 3 more spaces, and 3 more questions will be added. 3 more, question 4, question 5, question 6 will be added. So you click on save changes. Click on save changes. So now we need to edit. We need to set the time. After adding the questions, we need to set the time. Maybe the amount of time the student need to enter this quiz. How many? What's the duration for the quiz? Is it 15 minutes to finish it? Is it 20 minutes? Or can the student re-attempt the quiz? Can the student review? Would you like to show the answers to the student as soon as they finish taking the quiz? To do those settings, you go to the course administration, then you click on edit settings. You click on edit settings. Sorry, wait, let me finish it. Okay, so you click on first you select the quiz. I got it. Can you select the quiz? We already there. Sorry for the inconvenience. Final test. You go to course administration, you click on edit settings. Edit settings, you scroll down, you go to timing. So when do you want to open this quiz? The quiz can be opened 2nd January. When do you want to close it? Maybe you don't want to close it. Anybody can, anytime a student is qualified, can go and write it. The time limit to write the exams, the quiz, so you can say 10 minutes. They need 10 minutes to finish, or the system will automatically, as soon as somebody log in and start writing it, the time starts reading. If it does not finish on time, the quiz will go off and the marks he did will be saved. So the grade is the grade to pass. To pass this quiz, you can set it to 60 attempts allowed. How many times do you want the student to retake the quiz if you fail? If it takes unlimited, then it means the grading method is the highest grade or the average grade. It means if he took it 20 times, the average scores he made is what you select. But you can choose attempts allowed only once. That's the highest score. Then the question behavior, shuffle within question years, review options, during the whether the answer is correct, no. After the attempts, you can see the attempts, no. After the attempts, yes, they can see whether they were correct, whether they are wrong, or you can see the marks. You can leave these settings on. Then you go to restrict access. The restrict access is, that's what we already did. That for the person to take the quiz, the person must have completed lesson 3, which is the last lesson. That's the last lesson. The person should have completed the last lesson before you'll be able to take the quiz. Then you save and then you display. So we are going to write the quiz. The set questions we selected. Attempt allowed is 1. The quiz open at Tuesday 2nd January 2018. The time limit is 10 minutes. So preview quiz now. So the quiz has a time limit of 10 minutes. Time will count down from the moment you start your attempt. Then you must submit before it expires. Are you sure that you wish to start now? You click start attempt. You click on start attempt. So the question 1 is match the correct answer. Match the correct answer. You remember we did it. We did my answer matching. So 3 minus 4 is what? You see you have all the options here. So 3 minus 4 is -1. So you choose it. 1 plus 1 is what? 1 plus 1 is 2. You choose 20 plus 4 is what? 24. You choose. You go to the click on next page. The student will click on next page. It take you to 22. This is a short answer question. So the answer was what? Was kind of, the person type it. You click on next page. You see the timer, time running, time left is 9 minutes. So what you select is, okay, you made a mistake here. You're supposed to add multiple of answers in that first one. In one, you're supposed to add maybe is and this to it, so that the student will see a lot of options to select. So is the name of, you added only one option in each category. So you go back there and do it again. Write the brief history about fraction. This text, you can type the answer. If you want to attach a file, we allow them to attach a file. You can write it down and then upload it here. When it's finished, click next page. Then fraction related to increase true or false. You select false. You go to the next page, and then okay. So what is fraction? The answers. This is the options which we selected. If it is A, B, C, the answer was B. Select was 1. Then when you click on finish attempt to finish, you click on submit or and finish. That's what the student would do. We are just previewing the question. So the errors we had was the other one. So here is it. The correct answer, we got it. It's candle. Just the system has already marked it for us. This one was true. Yes, so we have it. Finish review. Finish review. Okay. So this question, this one, you will mark it and submit marks. The system will not mark it for you since it's a submit this thing. What do you call it? It's not option. It's not a what do you call it? Choice multiple choice. It was a short answer. So you have to mark it manually. Okay,